Good morning and welcome to the Tony's Tackle C-Match channel. And today is the Tony's Tackle Open. I've just popped down the shop to see what's going on, and then I'll walk down to the seafront and see how Tony's getting on over there. But yeah, let's go and have a look in the shop and say hello to Steve. So he's got a few people in the shop today. You can see that a lot of the rod racks have disappeared because they're all down at the open day. So going to be doing some really good deals today. And nice lady and gentleman here coming to buy fishing tackle, have you? Or? Yeah. Okay, jolly good. Right, here we go. And Steve behind the counter. The ever suffering Steve. Yep. Right, let's get down to the seafront and see what's happening down the seafront. So let's turn this around and let's teleport myself to the seafront. So 3, 2, 1.
Here he is.
There he is.
Here he is.
Hello, mate. Right. Yeah. So this is what it's all happening.
On your boat and dessert.
Oh, tomorrow. I would be.
We've got a comp on tomorrow.
I'm fishing in my boat, mate. So this is where it's all happening. Hello, mate.
Hello, I need to pay for.
Right, so there's some people here trying out the new rods, and Brian giving a little bit of coaching training. Hi guys, all right? Can try out some new rods?
Yeah.
Nice. What are you trying? You got the Dreamcast 3, right? Okay, cool. And Fury FX 420. Nice rods.
See?
Yeah. Has Brian got a reel to try with him, has he? Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Excellent. Again? Oh, yeah, so do I. I should be out on it, shouldn't I, really?
Yeah, I saw you. What you did with Harry you took out?
Oh, Gus and Harvey.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuji.
Yep.
Fuji.
All right. Yeah. So you're using a Fuji. Fusa. Yeah.
I've got it on Thursday.
All right. Okay. You like it?
Yeah, well, it's the first time I've cast with it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
First time I've cast with it.
And you like it?
I do. Tony's been trying to get me back onto these fixed spool.
Right. They are. I mean, back in the day when I fished many years ago, we used to sort of decry fixed spools, call them mangles and stuff like that. But the modern fixed spools are just something different now.
Well, I've got some old ones at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to give to Brian for the kids. And
Oh right, yeah.
I've got a couple of old rods.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to help him out with training the kids.
Yeah. Well, if Brian doesn't want them, Jason Scott does a rehoming rods and reel stuff for the kids and what have you. So, you know, the Eastbourne fisherman, Jason Scott. So he does quite a big thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, as I say, if you spoke to Brian, he'll know him, or spoke to Tony, or speak to me, and I'll put you in touch with him.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Right, just going to see.
Right. See you again. Cheers. Thank you. It's got an arm in your foot. Oh yeah. It's an awful. Seriously. Yeah. I come and have a quick one with these.
They are very different. So if you're going again, getting new kit again, fixed spool, wide spool on it because the line flows off easier. Keep it as filled with line as you can, but not overfilled. The reason being, as the line's coming off, it's touching that all the time, so it's like a little break. Yeah. So the more line that's on there, the less surface area that's exposed. It's not breaking so much, and then as fine a line as you can get away with. Now, I can't remember if that's 12 or 15 pounds strain on that, but it's more than adequate for the clean beaches that we fish. Yeah,
heavy rock
and then a nice chunky, I think that's £60 shop leader on there as well. Right.
And a finger fob.
Ideally, I didn't know I was going to be doing this.
I've just bought a Canon, so I'm likely to strap one on somebody's, or
Yeah.
even one of mine. And I've hardly ever used them, so it'd be interesting to give
That's
that a
what
go.
I just purchased one because of you talking about it.
Yeah.
I've been casting that one this morning with no finger fob.
I'm not going to try and whack it anyway.
I'll tell you what I've done with the Canon, put it on top.
I've heard it, yeah,
So it's a game changer.
because it's almost like a multiplier.
You're releasing with your thumb.
Same sort
It
of
just
action.
feels natural.
And that's what you're used to doing,
yeah,
multiplier.
yeah,
Interesting,
So you
yeah.
put it up on top of the
Yeah.
rock
yeah.
Yeah.
and loop the line
Up and
round.
over, yeah.
Now
And then,
I've-
and then you're casting and you're using your thumb, so you don't let go of the rod with your fingers, so you're holding it, and it's just the thumb that's releasing. Makes all the difference, makes a
Nice
lot of
thing
difference.
is, you can electrical tape, whack it on and
Yeah.
try both ways.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you-
yeah.
Okay, I'm comfortable with that,
Yeah.
I'll leave it, yeah. But I've got an alloy version of the
Yes, I've seen it,
breakaway.
yeah.
I think I brought it with me actually. It sits on the top, but it only works with braid. Because mono's too stretchy, it pings off.
Oh, right.
But with braid, my God.
Yeah.
First time and it sits on the top and you use it like your thumb. The inventor came down to a session I was doing like this and he said, oh, do you pendulum cast? Yeah. With a fixed spool? Can do. He said, can you try this for me? And he had his own rod, 6 ounce lead, £70 straight through line, and I put this thing, he estimated at about 170. And that's the first time I ever picked his rod up. Yeah, it was I bought 2 on the site, and I don't spend money. I'm tighter than the proverbial duck. Right, let's go do this.
Yeah, let's get it and whack it out.
Right-hander? Good old baby there. With this particular reel, it's very, very if it's there and you ping it back, I find if it's fractionally out, it's got a habit of pinging over when you're casting. When it's there, it's absolutely safe, no problem at all. Right, if you do what you normally do, I will come back up fractionally, because I've been in my corner already. You do the answer and bring it back. Oh, hello. Live on camera now. So I found that rod really easy to cast, really easy.
Surprised actually.
It's,
I wasn't really trying, I just wanted to go through the motion.
yeah, absolutely.
And it's still,
But if we, because where you've got your rod parallel to start, what we're going to do is something that a bloke I worked with, a guy called Phil Hyde, who's regrettably passed away now, he termed it high inertia casting. So basically what you're trying to do is load the rod more when you're starting out. So what we'll do is we'll have the lead tucked on the deck, but inside, so it's nearer your feet than it is the rod tip.
okay,
Rod tip down as low as you can get it, down toward the beach, and the left hand up nice and high,
okay.
and the line to the rod tip tight. Because what it's going to do is instantly, the second you start moving that, it's starting to bend the tip out of the way. And all the time that lead weight stays inside the circle that's made by the tip. So inside that arc, it's got to be bending the rod. If it goes outside, it's sort of releasing some of that tension that you've built in the rod. So it works really, really well.
So,
So no extra effort, exactly how you did. Just pop straight, yeah, that's nice, yeah. So the way I tend to do the lead, I personally do the lead, is I bring it up, swing it out, and drop it straight down. And then if I need to, I take a half step back.
all right, okay.
So rod tip right down as low as you can go, and then stepping back into it. That's beautiful. And you can see that rod tip's already bending.
Yep.
So if you got that, if you turn your hand slightly, that's it. So you got that right up nice and high. That's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Give that a shot. No extra effort. Just do what you do. That's gone a bit, hasn't it?
That wasn't hard at all.
No,
There's no effort
no.
at all.
No, the guy I was with, when I'm using that rod, I pinged one out, he went, you didn't even try.
Not at all. No,
And it was, I put mine probably about 130, 140, something like that, without, it absolutely sings out there. But yeah, it's, as we were saying when we started, it's got to be a rod that suits the person that's holding it.
Yes.
Because if it's too stiff, you're not going to bend it, you're not going to get the distance. And the others, like the other end of that scale, I call them soft, because you get too much bend in it. Now I've got a lot of rods like that, which are great for people starting out, and kids as well, because they can bend it, they can get it further, but it's got a limit. You know, and now you're way beyond that limit doing that. And that rod is, or something similar to that, is absolutely superb for somebody like yourself. I think you brought them in. That was lovely. With the actual drop itself, it's almost a case of playing around with it till you find one that you're comfortable with. And when you do, bring the lead in, find a spot on the rod that you can, okay, that's exactly where it goes. With that one, it's about 4 or 5 inches underneath. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just finding that sweet spot. The other way of doing this, if you're using clip down rigs, the way I tend to do that is I walk forward a bit, I pop it down, keep the tension on all the time, and just walk it into position. And then that rod, yeah, I've got to, we're going to have to hold fire a second because the crazy people are flying past again.
So you literally just stick it underneath like that?
Yeah, because you can see that rod tip bending now and you haven't even started. Don't go yet. Cause
I'm not going to go.
That's all right, that's fine.
I'm
but your arm position with that slightly bent but not straight is good, because that's like your pivot point, and that's where all the effort's coming from. So as you get more and more comfortable with it, you'll pull in, you'll find you can do that. Like, hang on, there's more here. I know there is, but if you're parallel, you're moving the rod about 45 degrees. If it's down low, you've got adding another nearly the best part of 30 degrees to it. They're just coming in, so you'll be okay in a second or two. You can get that balance point, so yeah. And what you'll find is you'll be pulling your right shoulder into the equation as well. Yeah, you're good to go. Whoa, that's gone.
That is effortless.
You wait till you see that on there. The bend you just put in that rod.
That is effortless.
And I'll tell you what you find with the longer rods as well. You get higher release, and that was absolutely on the nail. That was nice.
And that's only a 5/8 thread as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you get.
But you've got weight from.
I can't believe that. They're there, and that guy's casting out over there. Blimey. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. I consider myself to be quite accurate, but I wouldn't be doing that.
Nobody's that guaranteed accurate.
No, absolutely.
Slip at the wrong time. It goes the wrong way or anything. Because I was looking to go on the field near me to just have a play around.
Yeah.
There's too many times as the odd person comes walking around
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And you just can't risk it.
No. It's just not worth it.
No.
At the end of the day. There's a downside to this distance casting, which you're now finding.
They're winding.
Oh mate, I tell you. So I do casting lessons, and I don't do more than an hour for that reason.
I don't blame you.
I've had one guy who went, yeah, but I need 2 hours, blah, blah. I said,
No.
seriously mate? He got to an hour, he went, now I know why.
Right, if you don't mind, just have
No, absolutely, no problem at all. So that's a slight, you brought that up slightly now, haven't you? Slightly, that's fine. It's just, you know, it's like I say, it's just finding that sweet spot.
like that.
That's it, yeah, do it that way and then tighten her up. And that's all without anything on your finger as well.
I know.
Hang on, I'm just going to move that round for you. I always find that having the pickup point round there, because I've seen people trying it from all over the place. That's because I deal with a lot of new people to it. But
You want it out the way.
there it's nice and accurate. Yeah, but the actual pickup for your fingers is easier as well, isn't it? Wave coming in, mind your feet. That's it, and then tip down as you go in. Tip down, tip down, tip down. That's beautiful. Really nice positioning. That's lovely. I saw that all the way.
Oh, great.
That was really nice. Really nice rods, really lightweight, aren't they? Right, I'm gonna, oh no, it's folded in. Please tell me it's folded in. No, it's not.
It's spun round with.
Yeah. It'll be spun around my teeth in a second. Done that before, haven't I? Right, here we go. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this performs. They're nice and lightweight.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? I don't often hold it without a rod or anything on it, so.
I mean, this is a great way of being able to have a look at a new rod, is come out and try it. There's so many people just buy what they think is going to be best for them, and that's why he gets a lot of second-hand stuff, as does every other tackle dealer I've ever talked to. You know, it's about getting the right rod for the person. And did I just hear you say you've hardly ever picked up a rod without a reel on it?
Well,
because that's a
swing around without.
Yeah, but that's a really good way of doing it. At least you get a feel of it in a shop. If you can't actually use it out on the beach, at least you get a feel for it in the shop. And you know, some just don't balance right when in your hand. I mean, that balance is about there with that reel on it. So it's going to be, whatever reel's on there, it's going to be there or thereabouts, which is I mean, the reel itself, that's quite an old one. That's the original Surf Blaster 8000. But the ideal thing is where you've got a big wide spool, because the line comes off of it. If it's a smaller spool, they're a little bit tighter for it to come off, and a nice clean rim on it as well. I always keep that clean, and I go a little bit weird. I polish it every so often.
Right. Okay.
It's because the line's touching it as it comes off, so it's like a little break. So the cleaner it is, the better it flows, and that's the reason I use as fine a line as I can get away with as well.
Right.
So that's either 12 or 15 pound strain on there, and it's full, the spool.
Yeah.
So if it's a full spool, there's less of the lip showing, and then obviously a nice tough shock leader, that's 60 pound breaking strain shock leader on there as well. So, should we do this? Right-handed?
Yeah.
Yep, cool, I'm okay here then. You right with that handle, that side?
Yeah,
It's all right, some right-handers like it different ways. You're used to casting?
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's a long old drop on. I don't know if you wanted that bigger drop on it or...
Let's give it a go with that.
Yeah, okay. Let's pop the old bail arm over. Right. That's an all right distance to start, isn't it?
I don't know. Oh, that feels weird.
Does it?
Finding in the wrong side.
Yeah, I'm with you, yeah. It's because I do a lot of coaching, so that thing's it's moved around left, right and all sorts. How are you open to changing your cast a little bit?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm actually that good at it, so.
Well, a lot of it is, it's great to be able to cast a big distance if that's where the fish are. Finding out that the fish are, you know, somewhere is a lot better. I term it a better tool to use. Where I work a lot with kids, at the moment I've got a group of about 20, of which 2 can get outside 50 metres. All the others are inside that.
Right.
And we've had, I believe it's 21 different species in 3 years.
Oh wow.
Nothing, very, very little of it's massive, but the biggest bass in the old junior section I used to teach, the biggest bass we had was caught 30 yards out at low tide, deliberately done, and that was 8.5 pound. So a really decent fish, really decent. Okay, so it's all right, I know what that bail arm's like for disappearing. So if you set yourself up, what we'd try and do is, rather than have the lead hanging and swinging a wee bit, we'll put it on the ground, if you're up for that.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we're going to just swing the lead to get it in position. So we get it in and then drop it on the floor.
Oh, down there, right.
Yeah, so if I can get you to step back a little bit, because what I want, that way I meant. Yeah, because what we want is the rod tip going down low and the line tight to the rod tip at the same time.
Yeah.
So, that's better, that's lovely. And if I get you to lift up your left hand
Yeah.
And what you've actually got, the rod tip's already bending,
Right. Yeah.
right? And the tip is just bite detection. You haven't got the power in that. The power's going to come from that midsection. If I can get you to move your arm a little bit, that's beautiful. That's a much better position. Yeah. And then just lower that tip, and I'll move that lead for you. So what you've got is the lead's inside the arc that rod's going to make, so it's going to bend it. The further you move it, the further it's going to bend. You've now got the rod tip moving where you were parallel before, going about 45 degrees. Right. You've got an added 20, 30 degrees on top of that. Yeah. So there's more going into it itself. Yeah. Give it a go. No extra effort needed, just what you would normally do, and just let it go, and it'll... You felt the power in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kicks in, doesn't it? Yeah. And it's there's a gentleman that I've worked with on occasion called Phil Hyde, who's regrettably passed away now. He calls this high inertia casting, because you're adding bend into that rod, inertia, and therefore it's going to spring it out further.
Yeah, there was a lot. It felt like there was a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot more power in that. Yeah, interesting. I love that. Bite detection is going to be something else on that rod as well. That's really going to be nice.
It's literally just in the end, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, you've got the tip that's going to go down the, what is that, 4 rings? And then after that, that's the bit you want to start getting some grunt into, where it's going to help you deliver a bit further out. And if you see Chris's video, try and freeze frame it on your actual cast, and you'll see how much bend you're getting into that rod. And it's literally a case of having where that lead's tucked inside. If we put some chalk on the tip of it and drew a circle as to where you're casting, provided the lead's inside that circle, it's bending the rod. If it slips outside, you're releasing a bit of that pressure, so it's taking a little bit out of what you're doing into it. So tucking it inside, and what you'll find as well is you're higher. You'll find your casts go high. You've got a longer rod, so it happens, but where that release was spot on when you let it go, so you'll get that nice big curved arc coming out of the rod as well.
I could feel also, well, I can see why people wear the...
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas I've never felt that before.
That's exactly why they do it. Yeah, it does. But that was sweet. That was really going.
I'll do another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want me to turn that handle the other side for you?
It's all right. It's only
sure?
It's only the bringing it in.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You put it out. I'll bring it back. Right. Offer of the day, that is. Look. Right. I know what this reel's like. Occasionally, that can ping across if it's not spot on. So with the drop itself, it's a case of playing around with it until you get it. And the other thing is, if you're using clip down leads, for which you start getting distance, it's a better thing for you. The way I tend to do that is I would actually walk forward a little bit. Sorry, you stay where you are. I walk forward, put the lead weight down, keeping that, and then just walk it back into position. So you've got that tension there all the time.
And it picks up nice and cleanly when you do that.
Yeah, I haven't had a lead pull. If you're finding that the spikes are catching on the stones or something, and it's pinging the leads out, which is unlikely, but it can happen. If you've got something like a bait board, just pop the lead on that, and it will slide straight off. So if you can get that left hand a bit higher as well, and that's it. That's beautiful. What you're doing is pulling down with that as you're going. And the more confident you get with this, you'll find you're getting a bit more out of that. If I can just get you to move that arm slightly, that gives you a little bit more freedom of movement and pushing that shoulder into it as well.
And look where you want it to go.
Absolutely.
Oh, bloody hell. Pick France.
Do you know, that's the phrase I love to hear, oh, bloody hell. You're putting bend in that rod, my friend. That's nice.
That wasn't actually putting a lot of effort
No,
into
because the rod's now doing what you... Is that a reel grinding? I think it's the ring. Oh well, I could just hear a bizarre noise. As long as the reel's not grinding, I'm all right. So yeah, because you're using more, you're moving the rod further, so it's giving it more of an opportunity to get that bend into it. So you don't need to put any extra effort into it. It's exactly the same. You're just getting more out of the actual positioning of everything. That rod seems to work really nice with that lead as well. It's 5 ounces. It's flying out with that.
You can tell how far it went out. It's a bloody long way to wind it back in.
That is the downside to distance casting.
Yeah.
I do casting lessons, and I don't do more than an hour at a time because it is exhausting.
Yeah.
I had one guy wanted to do 2 hours, and I was like,
You're better off with
in the end I relented. He got to an hour, he went, now I know why.
because that does make my arm ache.
It will do, yeah, absolutely. And that's not the arm you're normally used to reeling in with either, so that makes it a little bit more. But that's cool.
Oh, brilliant.
All right. I think I'm just gonna. I haven't had a cast with this, so I've got to ping one out, haven't I? There's some sort of law against it. And it's landed. Yeah, it's quite nice. We did open day down here last year, but it was in the summer, so we had mackerel feathers on.
Yeah, I came down then.
I thought I recognised you from there.
I didn't have a go then, but I
Yeah.
watched it.
Nah, get involved, have a go.
Oi, oi.
£15.
Hello, Steve. Matthew again.
So lots of buying and selling going. You can set it up so if I put it to face me like that, I can put it on face lock. So now it'll follow me. So when I'm on the beach, I can set myself up so it's on my face, and then it will follow me down the beach. So it's so clever. I mean, with limitations, obviously, but. Right, so we're going to film you casting this new rod. Put the mic on. There you go.
Hello, Mike.
Right, we'll film you casting the rod.
Cool, that's nice and light, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think he's put it centre yet. I'm not too sure.
I love it. Sliding reel seat. Love them.
Yeah, I put that to the same sort of as my HT Gravity.
So,
So the same sort of.
yeah.
But it is a foot shorter.
When you're looking to sight your reel seat, it's a good idea, sort of tuck the butt part under your arm, stretch your hand up, and it's around about where your hand lands.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, what you want is when you're casting, that arm almost straight but with a little bend in the elbow,
Yeah.
because you actually want to start from this position.
Yeah.
And if you've got that bit right, because that's almost your pivot point is your right hand
Yeah,
for when you're
I quite
casting.
like it a bit because I think I've got a short arm as such.
Uh-huh.
Because some of
Well,
them are up that.
So that's probably a little bit far for you,
Yeah,
in my
I was
opinion,
gonna say.
but it's how you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I can say, oh, this is how it's done, etc., etc. But if it's not comfortable for you, we have to rework it, because it's always got to be what's comfortable for the guy doing the job.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that for me, that would be spot on.
Well, I think I put it to nearly close to where my gravity is.
And if that's comfortable
This
for you,
doesn't
that's
seem
absolutely
too bad,
fine.
but I
Yeah.
think it's the casting that I don't think sort of bad-ish, but
What we do,
I've never been able to get down for a.
get set up. You ping one out as you are now, and we go from there. If you're happy with that. Right. Yeah, I'm finding out. So if you pop one out as you do normally, and then it'll give me an idea of where you are to start. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's a decent distance to start with.
I didn't even see it go.
No, I was feeling the line coming off, and I sort of judge it by time.
It wasn't. I think I'm all right in the. It's just really want to. I've never actually really gone for it. Do you know what I mean?
There's no need. There's absolutely no need. When that comes back, we're going to change a couple of things very quickly, and that'll increase your distance straight away.
Because I'm swapping to the Pen A reel.
Okay.
I've already got one.
Yeah.
Because that seems to go. That seems to do really.
So you're staying on fixed balls?
Yeah, fixed
fine,
balls.
no problem. So what I show you at the moment, you're going from parallel rod to there, so you're moving the rod at 45 degrees.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is have the rod tip so it's almost touching the stones,
Right.
and the butt up high, so you're at that angle.
Yeah.
So you've added another 20-30 degrees straight away,
It's the relief.
and it's where we put the lead weight as well.
Right. Okay.
So that's going to come in nearer to your feet, so it's tight to the rod tip. No, don't look so worried. This will work. No extra effort needed, guarantee it. But if you take it easy, just so you get used to it to start with. But what you were doing straight away, I noticed you're pushing that right shoulder into it as well, which is
Yeah.
Because the more, although we're going to change stuff, when you start getting comfortable, you will do that. You'll get that shoulder going in, and that's if you sort of look at a javelin thrower, they're in the same position as you are to start with, and their left hand is pulling their body through.
Yeah.
So that's up straight, and this arm is bordering on straight with a very little kink in the elbow.
Yeah.
And it's, there's no, it's that power as they're going through, and that shoulder's going in. That's what you're doing.
Right. Cool.
So it's the same sort of, it's almost an identical position, which sounds really weird.
Yeah.
Comparing what we do with a javelin thrower, but there's a lot of similarities in the actual action. So, right.
So how long do you reckon you have your?
Right, everybody's slightly different.
Yeah.
My one thing is I say to everybody is play around with it, and when you've got, okay, that's the sweet spot, work out where it is on your rod. So if we just borrow that for a split second. If that was the right one, I'd go, oh, look at that, bang on now.
Yeah.
You've got a nice little ring on the rod, it shows you exactly where you want it. I mean, I do a lot of low reel pendulum casting,
Right.
and mine is a really long drop, which is designed to make everything slower. And it gets the rod working a little bit more as well. But this, so what we do, if I'm using, come back here. If I'm using flapper rigs, I'll swing the lead out, swing it back in, drop it in place. I made that look really easy, but I've been doing it a while.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm using clip down rigs, I will walk backwards a little bit. I will carefully place the lead down and keep that tension on the rod. So he's keeping all the clip downs in place. And then believe it or not, rarely do the spikes ping out, even though it's on the ground.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If you're finding they're pinging out, if you've got like a little bait cutting board or something in your box, just put that underneath the lead.
Right, yeah.
Or in the past,
so it skips on the.
I have in the past used a little piece of guttering, like a chute.
Yeah.
Right, so what I need you to do is walk back that way about half pace. And get that rod tip down nice and low.
Yeah.
And you see that rod tip's already bending. We haven't even started.
Yeah.
So the rod tip's there for one thing, really, bite detection.
Okay.
What we want is this middle section bending. If you get some power into that, it will release it that way. All right. So if I take the bail arm up, whoa! Oh no, you didn't have. That. Helps if you. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault, not yours. I thought you did. That's beautiful. So you've got that rod tip's already bending, so we're going to go right the way down, and then that's going to go up nice and high. That is lovely. So you've got that rod
in that position.
Yeah, that's your casting position.
Right, okay.
Because what you're going to do, you've got that you can pull down with,
Okay.
and that, just take that kink out the elbow a little bit, straighten it up a little bit for me. Just push it out. No, other way. That's beautiful.
Right, yeah.
That's lovely. And that rod tip right down, all the way down to the deck. Because that's what I want to see, is that tip bending.
Right. Okay.
Try that. Yeah, nice and gently, just let it go.
Where's that going?
Right. Well, there's a boat coming back in now. You've got more rod tip movement. You're taking the rod tip element out straight off the deck because it's starting to bend. And then where the lead's inside, that's what's helping it bend. Or if you've, where that rod tip goes up and over, if you've got like it's creating an arc, and all the time the lead weight's inside that arc, it's bending that rod until you release it, and then it's flying out. And what you'll find is you'll get a higher trajectory as well, and it'll go. You just saw how. To be honest, your face was an absolute picture. It's a shame that ain't on camera, because that was an absolute picture. I could see you were thinking, where the heck has that gone?
Where did it go? Where do you release? Where do you actually release?
Just coming past.
So here?
Yeah, just as long as right here. What you'll find is you feel the right release point for it, because you'll get to know when it's right, or if you let it go a little bit early or a little bit late. Because the trajectory of the lead, if it's late, it'll be flatter, and if it's early, it'll be up further. But with this, you will get a big belly going up and out, but it will go. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. It's gone. And a lot of that is with fixed spools as well. That line's touching the rim off the spool all the time when you're casting out. So where you've got a nice thin line, there's less friction, so it's not slowing it down so much. And you've got a full spool as well. So if there's more lip exposed, it's going to slow it all down.
Yeah.
So you've got everything going for you, and the cast itself, you've got absolutely on the nail.
And your face is an absolute picture.
So we'll leave Brian with his casting lessons, and we'll go back up the shop and see how they're getting on up there. Yeah, Tony's open day. If you're not here, well, you need to come to the next one. Well, you never know who's going to turn up on these open days, and here's Jason, the Eastbourne fisherman. Yay, mate.
Doing, you all right?
You all right? Good.
Yeah, good mate. Yeah, I was going to give this air light a quick
All right.
flick.
Yeah.
Lovely rod, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely rod.
Nice little handheld batting rod off the rocks.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying picking up one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice bit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, keep on, you alright?
Yeah, good mate. Good. You're going to cast it, are you?
Yeah,
Take the labels off
looking
it.
for a small rolling lead.
Sorry?
Looking for a small rolling lead.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Brian's got one. I think that'll be alright on there, won't it? For one cast. A little light label.
I wouldn't risk it. You wrap round the line, you end up cracking off. If he hasn't got any small rolling leads, I have actually got a trunk full of leads at the moment. I'll have a go when you've had a couple of goes. Yeah.
It's really nice. So, you know, effortless.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're really nice to put next to like your bigger rod.
Yeah.
Fishing close with this, and then
Yeah. And, you know, soul fishing or something like that, or place or bass fishing. Great bass fishing rod.
I think it said you can even float with this. Float fish with it.
Yeah. Why not?
There is a hello, Brian. You're alright, mate. There is a whole. They're bringing out a whole load more rods.
Yeah.
Here. I think they've got about 20 rods.
Yeah.
They're bringing out. Well, I'll have one more and then.
Yeah. I'm just doing it ultra slow motion. So.
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. Absolutely lovely. Yeah. There's some decent bits of kit over there. It's got some nice rods up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice. Have you been out much? I haven't been out for 2 weeks.
I fished a comp the week before last and blanked.
Yeah.
But then everybody blanked. Tony blanked, Chris blanked. There's only about 3 or 4 people caught. Went out on a boat Sunday. Had smooth hounds, pollock.
Smooth hounds, get them on the beach.
Yeah. Well, they're here. I was literally
I've
catching
heard of
them
the odd
just
one
down
or two.
there. Yeah, and the ones we were catching were reasonable sized ones. You know, they're not little pups.
The reel was a bit clunky.
Yes, right.
No, not it's the actual handle of the reel is quite, when you reel it up, it's a bit clunky. I think that lead's a little bit too heavy for the rod.
Well, you reckon?
Yeah, so I think, but balance-wise,
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit too much. Yeah, 4.
Making it a bit lighter, taking the paint off.
That's filming.
Yeah.
But this one's on 240 frames per second, so
Okay.
just before I cast it. if
What
you
side do
press-
you want me? That side?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rotating. Still whacks it out a fair old distance, doesn't it? I see what you mean, 4 ounces is probably a little bit too heavy for it. I'd also have the reel seat a bit lower down, I think. Yeah. It's weird doing it right-handed. You can stop filming there now if you've just, yeah. I'm going to just try moving the reel seats there.
You have to undo it to slide it down,
Do you?
yeah?
Okay. I won't mess around with it. Can one more go? You can have a go?
Do you want me to film this or not?
Go on, if you like. Oh. Easy rod. Yeah.
Flicking, it literally just
Yeah.
flicks it out.
Yeah.
And the recovery off the tip is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We did do a review on these a while ago, and we fished with one. We went soul fishing with one, and it was lovely. A bite indication, it was fantastic. Tony didn't like it.
I did the review on that. It was nice. Just looking without even putting the hands on.
I do not need another rod.
Oh yes!
I do not need another rod.
I think that'll be the last rod I get.
Oh, I did actually. When we did the review, I thought I'm going to get one of those, and I never did. And I'd forgotten about them, but you've just put them back into my mind.
Yep.
It's fine.
What's going on here, Jay? Is this a new knot that you're trying out?
Yeah, new knot, mate, new knot. It's going fine. Pressure's on when everyone's staring at you, isn't it? They are now.
And even worse when someone's filming you.
Yeah, exactly, you know. But you doing all right? Josh?
We're just going to look at Jay leader knot.
Been doing them all right today, so right, paper chop leader, take about 7, put it off. Set it up. twist it around about 8 times.
So Albright knot, yeah?
Yeah. That's the one.
I've got a nice little knot.
Sorry?
I've got a nice knot. It's easy.
I've started doing the improved Albright
No,
knot.
that's for
What's
mono
the
to mono.
difference between the improved and this one?
There's a little bit you do at the end that's different,
Is there?
and it don't slip. There's no way it'll slip. So how many times you go around there, Jay?
8 times.
8 times, and then you go back up again.
Do you know it should be nine? It should be 9 times up, 4 back,
So if I tied it,
and that's the truth.
Yeah?
Yeah,
9 up, 4 back.
yeah. And you got to,
So it's 13 turns
you know
in
the way
total.
you go through the loop in the beginning.
Yeah.
You have to go back through the loop the same way. Otherwise
Yeah,
it don't
yeah.
work.
And also, what I do now is I go round, go through the loop 3 times and around the main line on the way back up, and that's the improved Albright. And so sometimes with some braids, some of the light sort of flexi blades, they slip out on the Albright
Yeah, I
knot.
know. That's.
But if you do that improved one, it never slips. It's
I do
really
that
good.
through carp fishing when we use the fine
Yeah.
floating
Yeah,
braid.
yeah,
When you're in a big weedy lake and you're
Yeah.
chucking like 130 yards.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. But if you do the improved one,
I'll have to get you
and
to show me that when you're
yeah.
on the beach.
this is an easy one.
Yeah, watch this. Look.
No, this is a.
hang on a second. So we're going to let Jay finish that one off, and then I'll film Aaron with his knot as well, because there's quite a few different leader knots, and it's what works for you really.
It is. And I'm quite new to this knot.
Got to be really make sure you trim that off right tight to the knot, but I wouldn't do that until you tugged it up.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
small.
But you need to see that little tag, the little tag that's on the actual leader. So let me show you. You've got a little tag there
Little
still.
tiny tag.
Yeah. You want to trim that out, because what you'll get is that will catch on your ring sometimes.
What I normally do. Hold on.
Oh, your cigarette lighter? Yeah, well, see, I wouldn't want to put flame anywhere near mine. Okay, so there's another leader knot here. Okay, so this is the Aaron Agili.
Is it done?
Yeah, as long as you do it alright.
Is it all done? Locked and loaded, man.
Is that both spools?
Yeah, I put 9 on the other one.
Yeah.
There you go. Little.
So was that a little overhand? Okay, yeah.
And cold. So I pop that through there 3 times.
All right, okay.
You've got a loop,
Right.
and on the end of that loop, you tie a blood knot six times.
Yeah.
And then that's it, and then you trim that up.
Right.
That's like, because a lot of
'Cause
people on multipliers use Bimini's.
Yeah.
That's like double, so it's like extra
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
So if it ever breaks, always breaks in, then you just retie straight onto
Yeah.
the end of the loop.
Yeah.
But I use this knot. It's ever such a strong knot.
Right.
I prefer it, and it's quick.
Yeah.
Quick and easy, especially when the weather's windy.
Yeah. No, quite. Yeah. So there's another thing there. We will do some videos on knots. We've been meaning to do it. We must do that actually.
That's what I use, and the blood knot. And that.
Okay. So here you go. Two leader knots. Like that.
That's gone down a bit.
Yeah, certainly has.
Yeah, that's the first time I've cast one of these. That was enjoyed that.
It's lovely. And of course the great thing about these open days is everyone brings their gear down and everyone has a go with everybody else's rods. And Brian's having a go with my M4 GT. So let's try and get a slow motion of it as well. Like that.
That's gone down a bit.
Yeah, it certainly has.
Yeah, that's the first time I cast one of these. That was enjoyed that.
It's a lovely rod, isn't it? This is my favourite of all the rods in my
I'm not surprised.
armoury. Did you say you want to have a go? Well, it's the reel and the line that is the thing you worry about, and the rods is pretty bomb-proof. So as long as Brian don't mind you having a go with his reel.
I don't mind at all.
You see how it maintains the power all the way up to the top.
It's got the
up
power
to
in it.
Two-thirds of the rod, and then it's all the tip action for
Yeah.
the glass tip.
Yeah, it recovers really
Yeah.
quick as well. But you haven't got that whip, so
Yeah.
it's not. If it's not whipping the line after
Yeah.
the cast, it'll
Yeah.
help it go through. It's very, very smooth action, and that's what you're paying your money for.
Yeah, no, quite.
That's what you pay your money for.
And its bite indication is amazing because of the glass tip.
Yes, yeah. I'm sort of torn between that and the Century Match graphics.
Yeah.
And I'm really unsure as to which of the two to get.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I've been Ziplex man for, well,
I think it'll be the Ziplex.
Yeah.
I've actually had one bought second hand a long
Yeah.
time ago. That went. So
Yeah.
I repurposed it for one of the kids
yeah,
who destroyed it.
Right. Yeah.
And now I've got another one that's just too soft.
yeah.
It folds in half. Finger stalls.
You might have to take the tip clip off and the rig clip off and retie it because the tip rings are quite small on this. Oh, there you go.
I'm laughing because I'm looking at him thinking, he's been with me for lessons. I can tell just by his casting style.
Right.
It's a very nice fine tip on that, isn't it?
Oh, it is, but it's surprising how powerful it
Yeah,
is.
these have got some grunt in them. Right, I'll get one off the finger first.
You want a soul, Brian?
No, going naked. Wow,
It's
so easy to cast.
it's surprising how powerful it is, though.
That is so easy
Yeah.
to cast as well. That's gone a good distance
Yeah.
with no.
Yeah,
And I've got fish on. No effort.
yeah. I love it. I love that rod.
Really, there is a problem with these open days. I'm
Yeah,
liking
exactly.
a lot of fishing tackle.
Well, I'm tempted to get that little air light, I must admit.
It's funny, I did. Oh, I won't do it on camera because
You've been teaching this the Brighton cast, it's called, isn't it? With a weight underneath the rod tip, which is designed for casting off steep shingle banks. Is what it's for.
it's a thing called high inertia casting.
Yeah,
It's about putting
yeah,
into the rod itself.
yeah.
I got it from a guy called Phil Hyde,
Okay. Yeah,
who's regretfully passed away now. Lovely guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really good caster.
Yeah,
And he was talking to me about this high inertia casting.
Yeah.
It's literally getting the lead in there, getting the rod bending right from the outside,
Yeah.
and you'll get more out of it.
All right. Okay, I might have a go with it.
The tip low,
Yeah.
the butt high,
Yeah. Yeah.
everything's travelling as far as
Yeah.
you can. You just get a
Yeah.
load more out of the rod.
Try that with a
Just
cannon on
releasing
top.
The cannon. Is it alright?
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Since
You'll think this is really weird, but when you cast, it's really.
It'll be a long time since I've released with a right finger though.
Yeah.
Right thumb.
Right.
I use my left hand.
Yeah,
toe.
but I think you'll find. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think you'll find it's actually. You like that?
Yeah. Got to the end of the groin all right, didn't it?
Once you've done it a couple of times, it's so
yeah, I was gonna
instinctive.
say, it'll take you a little bit of getting used
Yeah.
to, but you've got that added advantage that it's not
Yeah.
flipping your finger.
Yeah,
Especially if it's cold.
yeah, yeah,
It hurts a lot more, as long as
Yeah.
every fixed ball angler will tell you the same.
yeah,
On top of which, where I keep splitting the little finger stalls,
yeah,
you haven't got that same problem.
yeah.
Nobody's yet devised this finger stall that I've come across that doesn't split quite quickly.
Yeah, and also I
bit
always
shy,
worry about you get folds in the finger stool when it's on your finger. The line could catch in it.
Sits in that crease, you
Yeah,
can hear it
yeah,
as well as it comes
yeah.
off. You can
Yeah.
hear that release coming off. the finger
When
stall.
I've used the cannon on the bottom of the rod, on the bottom, on the bottom of the rod, it makes a real clack as it goes. Whereas when
Yeah.
you do it on the top, it doesn't seem to. Can I have a go with my rod?
It's your rod.
It's my rod.
You try double wrap it round.
No, there's no point. There's no reason.
There he is.
I don't know
The
why
nicest-
people do that. If you've got, as long as you've got this back in line with the spool or behind the spool, it can't come off. It's only when you've got it too high up you have to double wrap it. So
So I've never had a problem. I use it, but I just wonder why people do double.
yeah, I've never have fathomed it out. There's no way that can slip out of there.
Nah.
So I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. Let's try using a high inertia cast. Woo-hoo-hoo. That high inertia cast goes, doesn't it? But there's no point in coming to one of these Tony's open days if you're not going to have a go with a few bits of kit. So everyone's raving about this new Achios Surf Air Power 420, the two-piece one. So I'm going to have a go with it. I do not need another rod. There's a little joystick there, so you can up, down, left, right, yeah? It's a very solid feeling rod. Serious bit of kit. Just start off with an overhead thump, I think. heavy. Just going to do a light overhead first of all. Whew. Just for an overhead cast, that seemed to go a long way. Actually, it's probably not good there. You might be better off coming back here. End up taking the top of your head off.
Yeah.
Went out a long way. See if I can get a bit more height on it next time. Oh! That's a, Brian said that about this, the bail arm snaps shut on it sometimes. Bail arm snaps shut, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, that's Penn Surf last, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was going as well, I think.
Yeah. I don't rate them at
No.
all.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
Give me a Daiwa emblem.
Sorry?
Daiwa emblem.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Well, it had to happen, didn't it? I don't need any more rods, but you can't leave one of these open days without buying something. So I bought myself a little light, air light. I have wanted one for a long time actually. It's a very nice little rod, just for those light days. So yeah, there's a rod going in the back of my car. Well, Tony,
Sorry, Andy.
it looks like it's coming to an end, mate.
No, just.
See you later, buddy. Right, cheers.
Yeah,
Sorry,
see you in
miles
about a
away.
month.
Okay, yeah, give me a ring and I'll make sure I get the reel.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, brilliant. Cheers.
See you later, mate. See you later.
Take care.
See ya.
I'm going to shoot as well, Tone.
Oh,
So, yeah, it's all getting a bit quiet now, isn't it? So,
We've got one more number left for 500 quid.
oh, well, there you go. One more number. We'll get the bonus ball in tonight.
There's one left, 58.
Yeah, go on, have that.
Yeah? Name?
Steve.
Steve, yeah, sorry.
East of me.
Yeah, that's right, sorry Steve.
So you're going to go for the bonus ball tonight then,
Sorry.
Tone?
Yeah. It goes up 59, doesn't it?
59, yeah.
So I've got to get one more, I might have that if no one has it. Right, so you're 58, Steve.
Okay.
And it's 500 quid's worth of Achios gear.
Yeah.
What happens is, it's a rod, but I can do you, if you want something different, as long as it's Achios, I can do you what you like. If you wanted a couple of items or from Achios catalogue or something. So that's done.
So I shouldn't have bought that Achios rod just now, should I? Because I might have won it.
Might have won it. You don't want it, the last one? 500 quid? 500 quid to a tackle? No. 59. Hey? Yeah, I must admit, yeah. I'll sell that in a minute. 59. I'll have it if not. I just don't want to win it because everyone will say, hey, I can't cheat it because it's a bonus ball, isn't it? Let's say Tony's rung up the lottery and got it changed. Especially for him.
Right, so it's coming to the
Yeah, we
end.
gotta wait
Tony's
for
still
Chris.
selling.
I
Waiting
know.
for Chris to come back to drive him home. And I'm going to go.
It's only up past 2.
I'm going to go and get the dog out because his poor old dog's been locked in the house all day.
Well, we
So-
could be by 4 though, wouldn't we?
Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.